Hello everyone, it's the 9th of October 2016 and this is your video blog of today because I'm here to control your mind. And how better could I control your mind than to just hit you with messages after messages after messages, just like the media. And then now it will anchor my gesture every time I do that you'll feel my communication coming towards you. So, I had a student that came to class today. He will remain unnamed, of course. He's a good friend of mine, and mentioned to me that some women that are local, they're teachers of yoga, and a few of them maybe I've dated in the past, I don't know, and they'll all remain unnamed, of course. We're spreading little stories for the last few months about how I practice mind control and I manipulate people. And so my response immediately was, of course I do. Of course. Every time I don't feel like doing my yoga practice and I say, nope, remember my goal, get on the mat, roll it out, just do a sun salutation. I just controlled my own mind. Every time someone brings a donut to the office where I work, Phelps Lab, and I say to myself, wait, I'll bet that has dairy in it. Or, I don't feel like eating processed sugar. I know that it's not going to make me feel very good in about 30 minutes. And I just persuaded my own mind. So I didn't take the time to look up a definition of mind control. Here, I'll do it really quickly. Mind control. It probably doesn't even have a definition. Mind control. Also known as brainwashing, re-education, brain sweeping, coercive persuasion, thought control, or thought reform. Controversial theory that human subjects can be indoctrinated in a way of thinking, repairment, off time, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, by this definition, it doesn't sound like I do it because I don't coerce anyone. Thought control, no. Mind control. I don't really like that definition of mind control, though. Mind control is controlling mind. You control your own mind, supposedly, unless you're watching the news or you blindly get excited about sports or whatever. You were indoctrinated with some belief system, then the belief system is controlling your mind. Religion is a common one, or just whatever the behaviors and habits of your parents are. So, another student that was at class today actually was having a little bit of challenge with, she had a lot of emotions around a past relationship, a friend of hers that was in the service with her and had some PTSD, and so their relationship had been a little strenuous, and it was kind of taxing emotionally for her. So I gave her an alchemy phrase that my yoga teacher, Bryce, gave me that is really transformative when you're feeling an emotion, and it can be overwhelming, or it's difficult to manage sometimes, to cope. Sitting and doing this process where you become aware. I have a video blog on it. You can just go through my video blogs and find it, where you locate your emotion, ask yourself, where did this emotion, where did it originate? What belief was formed when it was originated? Put a sentence to it, and then change the wording of the sentence, and you just changed your belief somehow. And it comes into where the layers of the mind, unconscious, conscious mind, so on. Persuasion, which isn't in the definition, it is kind of in the definition of mind control, is all about linguistics and how to capture yeses from a person, get them on an escalating, or not an escalating, sort of escalating, but on a momentum of yeses that allows the more challenging yes that would have been, I need to think about it kind of yes. It just comes naturally. They say yes. And people are more inclined to hold to their position. If you get them to say no, they just hold to the no for principle of, I don't want to nullify my previous no. So it's always good to, like in sales, for example, this is what salespeople do. And it's not inherently bad. Like any tool, it's the person. The person makes it bad. Guns aren't bad, the person makes it bad. Forks aren't bad, the person makes it bad when they overeat. And yoga's not bad, unless you don't understand anatomy and you start teaching people ways to hurt themselves. And mind control isn't bad unless you get people to do things that they don't actually want to do, which I'd never advise. It's wicked, and it's going to end up turning back on yourself. Because if you can persuade people to do what they don't want to do, then you're probably persuading yourself to do what you want to do. As within, so without. And So, is there anything else I want to say on the subject? Mind control. Better that you study and learn from somebody that knows persuasion, that studies language patterns, the power of words, inner alchemy, persuasion. If you want to call it manipulation, I would discern that persuasion is getting someone's voluntary agreement to do something that they wanted to do, but maybe they had a block. Manipulation would be getting someone to do something that they, in a sane state of mind, would not want to do. And sales is a whole other thing. I mean, you find someone that defines sales for you. Brian Casella is a good resource for that. Adjusting my eyebrow ring. And so better to study with someone that studies these subjects that you actually trust. Or even if you don't trust me, better to study with somebody that studies these sorts of things, because there are people in the world that know these skills. And you should know. You should know when someone's using a language pattern on you. You should know when you're being persuaded. Even if they're super smooth, you should know it. When some of my teachers use language patterns on me, probably sometimes I'm unaware, but 90% of the time I think I'm totally aware what's happening. I just let it happen because I want to, because I know that they have my best interests at heart. Because I know that if I become more successful, I'll bring some of that money back to them to get more lessons, to get more training. So it's in their best interest to help me. And it has helped me immensely. It's just demonstrated by my life, my personal power, my self-esteem, and so many variables that are indescribable. And so better that you become aware of it than just turn your back and be like, oh, he does mind control. Because then you're going to walk towards somebody that does mind control that you just didn't know does mind control. And they're going to fuck with you. And, I've put my philosophy out. I've put my intention out there. You all know that I'm a competent yoga teacher. And, I live the lifestyle. I practice. And, we're all on a course of personal evolution. But if there's any way that I can help someone become empowered, like the student today who had an immense release when she learned this inner alchemy process, proceed at your own risk. Because if you turn your back and proceed into the world, that's more risky than actually learning the fruits of my hard-earned studies. Hard work. It's hard work to study language patterns and communication. And you got to really love the process. And I absolutely am in love with the process. So that's all for today. I hope this helped you in some way. And mind control isn't bad. Persuasion isn't bad. It's all in the person. Actually, I'll do that over there. The person over here, some other person. You're not bad. You're good. They suck. The people telling rumors about me, they suck. They're scared. They're afraid. And they're jealous because they don't have the power, but now you have the power. And, of course, I have the power. The power is right in front of you. Namaste. 9/20.